describe today in 2 words, that's it, what would it be?
Okay, what comes to mind? American education. I feel like I got a sense more of, and it's funny that you said that, of what America is like. And I had this feeling before this day that you know, it's going to take a lot of work to make, because it takes time to understand different cultures. And it's going to take a lot of work and exposure on my part, if I want to proceed with that map, which I hope to do, to encourage people to do that, because they're going to have to take the time to understand other cultures and really listen. I can speak of an experience I had at the WOMAD Festival when I was in London, and I talked about that last night. I went to a WOMAD Festival in London at the Barbican Center. I think it's called Barbican Center, but it's down in London, and it was interesting because they were talking. It was an Afro-Celt sound system, which is the African music and Celtic music coming together in a fusion type thing. And in that discussion, I said, well, I wish we could all speak the same language. And one of the participants in the Afro-Celt sound system said, you know, my language is dying. The music of the chieftains is kind of what you think of when you think of Irish music. And he had this really unique style of music that was dying because this new form of Irish music was taking over. And it really put me in my place, because I realized the beauty of all languages. We talked about today the education. What was the bill? English only bill, which failed, thank God.
Yeah. It's a racist bill.
And it's okay. So what that was essentially a bill that said we're only going to speak English here. People are going to have to learn English. Documents are going to be in English, and we're not going to have, you know, Spanish documents or other translations of documents. And I thought, you know, and it was basically done by a white man who was trying to impose his will upon, you know, everybody. And I guess what I'm saying is it's complicated, and there's tons of languages and there's tons of culture, and it can be overwhelming at times, but we've got to take time to stop and really listen to what people are saying about their culture, learn from their culture so we can respect it and really appreciate it. And so American culture is what I learned about today by talking to people where we were and what we were doing. So that's my one too.
Well, my immediate one would be sensory overload. But I mean, if you really want to know realistically, I'd say global diversity, which is what this is about, which is what we're into. But yeah, global diversity. After going to the Global Education Center, sorry. Yeah, Global Education Center. We got to see a lot. I mean, met a lot of people. I mean, looking from the front of that building, you wouldn't even expect any of that to be in there. And hopefully places like that will be given a chance in the future.
And only you and me and if you want to, you know, I'm saying it the sense of like, you know, and I'm sure you do. I mean, you got us in the and stuff. But it's going to take you and me and you and spreading that to everybody else to really understand. And it's going to take, you know, anybody who sees this film or doesn't see this film, or you know, hopefully you do. And it's going to take all of us to make a difference in spreading global diversity in America specifically, because we are Americans. And your experience?
I'd say serenity and tragedy. There's you know, I started out doing yoga. That was pretty nice. It's a calming thing. I went on the Piney. That was really relaxing and really serene. It's just like, you know, you don't really think about time when you're just flowing down the river. But my girlfriend's got a family tragedy going on, so it just kind of popped up. So that's kind of sad. I don't want to talk about it, but Yeah, it's a weird. Well, I don't know. It's a weird juxtaposition. I think the serene morning helped me deal with it more. But I just want to talk. I want to respond to some stuff you were talking about, and something that I find myself, struggling within my head occasionally. What do you think about? I don't believe that necessarily, all cultures have negative aspects to them. Some cultures have more negative than others, and I don't want to single out any culture that I don't know about. I'm going to talk about, Southern pride racism type, that long for the days of, black oppression. Yeah, in the South, and whether that's a good thing or not, that is a culture. And you talk about, we should preserve all cultures and appreciate all cultures. How do you reconcile that with the fact that there are cultures that, oppress women? And also when you talk about language, even preserving language, there are languages that are inherently, racist or misogynist, oppressive to women, just in the way that the language is constructed, has inherent, inequalities built into the language.
I think you look for the good. You find the things that they do well. Do you think? I'm just throwing out the question. Do you think anything in Japanese culture is oppressive?
Oh, absolutely. To women, and I'd say Japanese culture kind of has it's very, it's very homogenous culture, and so they kind of have I'd say a naive racism to them. It's not that they're, they kind of do feel that they are superior, whether they'd say it or not, but they also have, because they're not exposed to other cultures as much as somebody in the U.S. would be. Like I said, they have a lot of, preconceived notions of people, a lot of stereotypes, and it's a lot more accepted, I'd say, than...
And is that throughout Japan, or are there sections and pockets that are better, or is there a counterculture in Japan that works against that?
I don't know enough about it to say...
That's cool. That's cool, because it makes me think of what your friend said. We got to go research it. 12 o'clock. We have completed. It is now a new day. So.
Wait, not yet. Not until 12:01. Let's just say a nice thank you. That's what I wanted to say. That's all right.
Cool. Sure. We just rolled with it. We'll put it out here, and we'll say goodbye, and then turn it off after. Okay. Sit down again, guys.
Once again, I guess we can all say thank you to the Sundance Film Institute, and thank you to Ridley Scott and Kevin McDonald, of course, from you guys.
For considering us. We're excited, and it is now 12:01, so we're cheating, so goodbye, and happy 25th of July 2010. Ciao. Ciao. Auf Wiedersehen.